So today I'm going to tell you a story about how I literally just about a few days ago quit a job after only working one shift. I do feel like a piece of shit for it. Don't get me wrong. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. So what happened was just quit another job. I was a dishwasher there for about 8 months. My homeboy left. The job became extremely fucking tedious. I was there for 8 hours a day in a little fucking dinky spot. Fucking dying, right? I was like to myself all day long because they hired a new dude who didn't speak English well, and I was just couldn't make conversation with the guys. So I'm just like, I can't do this no more. So, poop, fucking, I left there, and then I got hired as another dishwasher at another place. And the only reason I picked this place was because it said 55 hours a week in the description, right? 55 hours a week, $1,000 a week, and I'm looking at that. I'm just like, holy fucking shit! I can do a lot with $1,000 a week. Okay, I only make like $450 a week at the other job. So like 1,000 a week, holy shit! Like all my problems would be solved instantly in like 2 months. Unfortunately, things didn't work out. I get there and the general manager I get interviewed and he asks me if I speak Spanish. And I'm just like, no, definitely not a big Spanish speaker. I speak it maybe the bare basics like hola, ¿cómo están? And all this other bullshit, but that's about it. So that was not a red flag at the time, but it is now, knowing what happened. So get interviewed. He tells me, "Hey, come in tomorrow. We'll get you suited in for 55 hours a week." And I'm like, "All right, bet, cool, let's do it." I was willing to slave my ass off at this fucking place. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. So I go to this other place. Or no, I don't go to this other place. I go back the next day, and the owner meets me after, being there for a little bit, and he says, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Hey," and he asked me, "I want to know a little bit more about you and all this other shit." I'm like, "Okay." So I tell him all the story and how I was like a manager at one point in time and blah 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 blah, this other bullshit. And he comes up and says, "Okay, that's cool. How are you liking the job so far?" Because I was there for like 2 hours, and I'm like, "It's okay." I'm just like awkward as fuck because I'm like dying inside for what's happening. And then he asked me, "Do you speak Spanish?" And I'm like, maybe a little bit. And this was at the point it started to kind of settle in that I was not gonna fit in at all. So when I first started, I was greeted by a waitress that spoke English, and that's it. She was the only one that spoke English. Tell me why 99% of the back house staff only spoke Spanish. I'm talking straight Spanish. They didn't know a single word in English, just Spanish. And I'm just stuck there, literally in the exact same spot I fucking left at the other fucking job. Except this place looks a bit different. And I'm just like, why? I'm just like, every time they spoke to me, like whether it be the prep cook or the other dishwasher they were all Spanish speakers. All the cooks were Spanish speakers. The prep person was a Spanish speaker. It's like two of the fucking waitresses were Spanish speakers, and I'm just like, this is a fucking Korean barbecue place. What the fuck is going on right now? I was like expecting like maybe some fucking Korean speakers. No, this is just straight Spanish. I'm just like, every time I attempted to like have a conversation with anybody there, I was just like, I look like fucking Steve Harvey whenever someone says something stupid as fuck. So, the whole night fucking passes by, and it's literally this over and over and over. And like I said before, I just left a place that recently was exactly like that. The money, oh god, it would have been nice, don't get me wrong, but I could not force myself to go back the next day. I closed up, did all the good shit, fucking did it good, did it well. The owner, the like 5 hours in, the general manager comes up to me. He's like, "Tell me why the owner thinks you are awesome." And I'm like, "The fuck? Me? You sure?" And it turns out he did say that, and that's why I feel like a piece of shit for leaving. Like on one day, the first day. Apparently, I was slow. I mean, I guess. Like, everyone left, and then I left 5 minutes later. Like, everybody was gone. Literally, everyone was gone. Like, they closed the kitchen down, they closed everything down. And what I was talking to the dude, the other dishwasher who only spoke Spanish through Google Translate, so his shit was coming out wonky as fuck whenever I, like, held up the phone to him and told him to talk into it. And I asked him, are we usually the last ones always out? And he says yes. And then I asked him, was I slow? And then he also said yes. So I was kind of confused there for a second. I'm like, how could I be slow if we're usually always the last ones out? And that kind of discouraged me a bit. I usually don't let shit like that get to me, but that in that instance, it fucking got to me. So, fast forward to like 3 in the morning, I'm home, and I was really, really, really thinking about it, man. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. I don't want to be a dishwasher anymore. I'm over it. So, like, I texted the dude at 3 in the fucking morning. Hey, the owner, I'm sorry. I appreciate the offer. I don't fit in there. I won't be coming back from here on out. You can keep the money I gave you, or you can keep the money that I generated for that day, for as a no hard feelings. And that was that. The next day he texted me, hey man, thanks, good luck, I appreciate you. And that was that, man. But like, I feel like a piece of shit for leaving, essentially leading that dude on. Not in like a sexual way, but as in like a good worker type way. But I just, fucking, I was racially profiled. I don't even know how to explain the feeling of just being out of place, right? Like, I can usually conform to almost any situation and never feel like that, ever, right? Because you need to be when, like, you're working in an industry like fast food and all that shit. I just closed this like 4 times, fuck off. And just being plopped in and then being surrounded by just people and you have no idea what they're saying was just one of the strangest fucking feelings I ever had in my entire life. It didn't feel good. I didn't like it. I got out. It was not a racist thing. I'm not fucking racist. I'm Hispanic, okay? That shit's supposed to run in my blood, but I just never picked up on it, unfortunately. And now I'm here. I'm not unemployed. I found another job. Goddamn. Shit. That shit's fucking crazy, bro. Alright, well, that's about it. Later.